A bright and sunny day as we see the Felix, Fermiaris, and Johnson Little Sunny snack with green grass on the menu. What is this? The Felix natural and Miss One and mid-human. It's just positive spray and instantly prepares for its attack. Never before has this been caught on film, and indeed a treat for the eyes. Yet the squeamishness, I'll look away now. But as we all know, the human is no match for the Felix Fermiaris, and this poor human boy lost his life in the attempt to wrangle this extremely dangerous animal. Now the Felix Fermiaris is just a small piece of the human's finger to establish dominance of his new loved prey. A glorious day for all of us, and thank you very much for watching. Yes.
Warriors, come out and play!
Many of you have been asking me for a tutorial for the double barrel, and in my humble opinion there's no need for a full tutorial. But I am gonna show you how I built mine in this little VIndusmekk special. So today we're gonna take a look on how I built the Exterminator with 2 barrels of pure fun. Pure fun. It's a fairly basic build with lots of metal parts and 2 working mechanisms. Those are the trigger and the brake mechanism. This gun is my own design. It's kind of a crossover between a revolver and a sawn-off double barrel. It's got a brass metal finish, as well as walnut stained grip and forend, as well as a working spring-loaded shell ejector. All the parts can be found in a hardware store, and the build process is not that difficult. So run for it, boy! The gun itself is built around a hinge, which connects the barrel to the main body. As you can see right here, the hinge. And as you can see, the percussion cap is also connected to the hinge using epoxy glue. The brake mechanism is operated by a tiny pin that goes through the percussion cap, like this. And today I'm going to show you all the parts involved and how they all fit together. Now let's first take a look at a sketch I made containing all the parts. And as you can see, there's some very specific parts here. But like I said, nothing you can find in a store. There's the barrel, which is just 2 pipes glued together. The well-renowned hinge, a lock bolt with a pin attached to the front, and finally, the percussion cap. Now let's start with the hinge, which is a box or crate strapper hinge, as it's called. And it's weird looking. And then you need a lock bolt. And a lot of things can be said about a precious little lock bolt. It looks exactly like this, except for the fact that this is a drawing, in case you did not notice. Now assuming you got the precious lock bolt, you grab a pin or a nail and drill a hole in the front of the lock bolt, the same size as the pin. Then you glue it in place with an incredibly strong glue, so we get something that looks like this. Oh yeah.
And now we're going to build the percussion caps. And then you're gonna need 2 cap nuts, 12mm, 2 flange nuts, also 12mm, in chrome steel, or whatever fits your purpose, you scumbag.
For the love of God.
Then glue them all together like this. And take a small casing that matches the size of the pin we installed on the lock bolt. Then fasten it to the bottom of the percussion cap. Then take another casing and attach it to the bottom of the barrels as well. And once you got all that done, you attach the lock bolt and the percussion cap to the hinge. And if done correctly, you should have the brake mechanism working now. Then you glue the barrels in place to complete the main components of this build. And speaking of the barrels, I'm going to show you now how to install the shell ejector mechanism inside the barrels. And in order to do that, you start by getting your hands on some empty shotgun shells. And please be a good boy and make sure that they are safe.
With a shotgun, we can go wherever we will go, breaking hearts forevermore, baby and I.
And once you get them safely, cut off the rest and leave only the brass heads of the shells. Then go fetch 2 springs. Now glue the brass heads to the springs and attach a wooden dowel, the same diameter as the inside of the barrels, to the bottom. And like I said, you're gonna need 2 of these. And finally, glue 1 in each barrel chamber, leaving enough room for a shell to fit inside when in a close position. And then you got all the main components down. If you watched the previous episode, you know how to make a trigger work, and you'll also know how to make the forend using wooden paint sticks. The main body of the gun itself is also a wooden structure, carefully carved to make the barrel attachment fit seamlessly before painted black. And the grip, of course, is also made out of wood. And many of you may ask me why I don't make an actual firing shotgun. And the answer to that is pretty simple. I'm a filmmaker, not a gunsmith. I just enjoy making these replicas because I think it's fun.
I just enjoy working with cold steel. Feel the burn inside my blood. Oh yes, doing manly stuff now. And speaking of extremely manly stuff, this is my next project, one of my personal designs. It's the Hellraiser, a lever-action shotgun. Oh my god, this is the wrong day to be a criminal.
Thank you for watching, please.
Remember to subscribe.